Happy birthday, Derek Lynn Vaughn, my brother. When I think of you, I think of my favorite lines from one of my favorite movies, Malcolm X. At the end, Ossie Davis is talking about Malcolm, and he says, he was our prince. He was our manhood. And manhood is what I think about most when I think about you. I've seen you go through adversity, battling illness. I've seen you be there for my family during times of struggle. And you always do it with such character. I've seen you do generous things for countless people, and you don't brag about them or boast about them or have to enumerate them every time something comes up. You do it because it is simply the right thing to do, because that is what your character compels you to do. I see how you treat my sister. You treat her as a husband should, with respect, love, and care, and playfulness. It's wonderful to see. And that's why when it came for time for Julius and I to make one of the most difficult decisions that parents can, as far as if something were to happen to both of us, who would care for our children? And we thought about you and Patricia. And that was a hard decision because it's terrible to think about, but it was an easy decision in a way because you're both such wonderful people. And as far as my children, particularly my sons, having a blueprint for manhood, to not just somebody talk the talk and be the loudest person that comes in the room and be a stereotype of what they think a man should be. They could just mimic everything you do, and they would have the blueprint of what it is to be a man among men, a man that other men admire, a man that other women admire. And to have a blueprint now for my daughter so she could see how a husband is to treat a wife. All of those things are so important. And even if you never get to step into the father role, because nothing happens to Julius and I, it's wonderful to know that my children still get to see this manhood in motion outside of their father. They get to see it in you, in everything you do, that you take value in so many different things. You see the value in a person's character and not in their station in life, which means I see you talk to the person who has, quote unquote, a common job the same way that you would talk to an intellectual, the same level of respect and dignity. You know the value in the simple things and the sophisticated things. You don't dismiss anyone because of their background or where they came from. You can see the value in a person. You're always willing to listen, always willing to counsel if someone needs it, and that's wonderful. You've always been approachable and accessible. I like the fact that you stand your ground when you need to. You compromise when you believe it needs to be. Again, all of these things that make a man, that you do so effortlessly. And again, I like that it's not the stereotype of a man. Someone has to say the cliche things, do the cliche things. You do it because this is the right thing to do in this moment with this person. And I'm so glad that not only my children get to see this manhood, but that I get to see it, that my sister gets the benefit of it. And that's why, as far as I'm concerned, you can drop off the in-law and just call you brother. I love you, dearest brother. I apologize now for missing your 50th birthday. I didn't know it was going to be a big as bash as it was. And I apologize for that. That has haunted me for years. So I hope this evening is everything you want it to be. And I hope that God allows me to be as big a blessing to you as you have been to me, my husband, and my children. I wish you every blessing and every happiness that your heart can hold. I love you dearly, Derek Lynn Vaughn. And now, a scene from The Godfather. Derek Lynn Vaughn, I would like to invite you to be godfather of my children. Harlem, Kingston, and Havana. Take care of them. Love you.